Hi, hello and welcome back to F1 Challenge VB. My name is Mephisto and our journey through the history of Formula 1 continues today with the third round of the 1961 season, the Belgian Grand Prix. It was held on the 18th of June, it had 26 entries, 21 of them took part in the race with 8 of them having to retire. The race consisted of 30 laps completed in 2 hours, 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Phil Hill started the race from pole with Von Trips in second, Gendebien third, Surtees fourth, Ginther fifth and Graham Hill started from sixth. After a brilliant drive, Phil Hill won the Belgian Grand Prix from Von Trips, who crossed the line in second just 7/10ths of a second later. Richie Ginther ended the race in third, 19.5 seconds later. Gendebien finished in fourth, he was 45.6 seconds behind. Surtees finished fifth, he was 1 minute 26.8 seconds behind. And Dan Gurney rounded off the top 6, he was 1 minute and 31 seconds behind the leader. Ginther was the fastest man of the race with a 3 minute 59.8 second lap. And here we are once again in Spa for the Belgian Grand Prix, where a lap starts off with a short sprint down the hill, then up through Eau Rouge, a very tricky corner to navigate. Next we come into Le Combe, a medium speed banked left hand corner. From here the track opens up and you can go flat out, until we reach Malmedy, a very tricky left right chicane. The second half of the chicane drops away from you, so caution is advised. This brings us onto the longest straight on the track, the Masta Straight, which ends with the Masta Kink, a very fast right-hander. This brings us into Stavelot, a long right-hand corner. Be wary as the corner tightens towards the exit. From here the track opens up again and you can go pretty much flat out until we reach Blanchimont, a high-speed left-hander. Be aware as you might have to lift coming through this corner, especially if your tires are cold. Finally we come into La Source, a tight right-hand hairpin. Brake hard just before the billboards and be careful not to use too much power coming out of the corner. But that brings us around onto the main straight, and that is a lap around the Spa Francorchamps circuit. And here we are in qualifying for the Belgian Grand Prix, coming around to set our first and only qualifying lap, a free 49.017. Although I was 6 seconds slower than Sterling Moss, I was somehow very pleased with this result, very happy with this lap time. I'm not entirely sure why, but I felt good about it. And here are the previous Belgian Grand Prix winners. Last time we were successful here was in 1953, also driving a Ferrari back then as well, so hopefully that will help us today. And we have Sterling Moss on pole with Graham Hill in second. Andy Higgs qualifies in third, that's quite amazing for him. Dan Gurney fourth, fifth Trintignant and Richie Ginther rounding off the top 6. Giancarlo Baghetti is in 7th, 8th is Phil Hill, De Beaufort 9th, 10th is Innes Ireland, followed by Jim Clark in 11th. 12th is John Surtees, followed by 13th who is Jackie Lewis, 14th is Jack Brabham, 15th Bruce McLaren, 16th Tony Brooks, 17th Maston Gregory, Lorenzo Bandini is 18th, 19th Joe Bonnier, and Roy Salvadori is down in 20th. So that is the grid lineup for today's Belgian Grand Prix. Hopefully things will go a little bit better than in the Netherlands, but no one can tell. And let's see, the flag is down and we are off, and I made a big mistake, the same mistake I did at the Dutch Grand Prix actually. I lifted the clutch a little bit too quickly, and that caused me to, well, be very slow off the grid, and because of that I lost a lot of time. I'm about 5 seconds behind Joe Bonnier right now. I'm down in 20th, so that wasn't a very good start, and here is a replay of that. Once again, very slow off the starting line there. Phil Hill crashes into me. I really need to work on my clutch release, because that's not very good. That was a very bad start. In fact, I think this was overall my worst start ever. Anyway, as we come out of Blanchimont, I catch up to De Beaufort and move up into 19th. Now chasing once again after Joe Bonnier, who is about 2.3 seconds up the road, so we caught up to him. Hopefully we'll be able to catch up even more. As we start lap 9, I managed to overtake Maurice Trintignant as well. Joe Bonnier is now just 2 seconds up the road, so we are indeed catching up. However, we now move on to lap 6, and we saw Roy Salvadori at the side of the track there He obviously retired, smoke coming out of his car, and now Joe Bonnier is 17.5 seconds up the road. And here's a replay of Roy Salvadori coming out of that right-hander, smoke coming out of his car, and that's the end of his race, unfortunately for him. However, that's lucky for us because we get to move higher up the field. We are now still chasing after Joe Bonnier, and here's a replay of Baghetti, who has a problem with his car. It bursts into flames. He crashes through that hedge fence there, and is out of the Grand Prix as well. He actually probably killed a few people doing that. As we now I'm still trying to catch up to Bonnier. However, he's now almost 30 seconds up the road, so it looks like I won't be able to catch up to him. And here's a replay of Richie Ginther coming around to post the fastest lap of the race, a 3 minute 40 something, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see at the end of the race. And here we are on lap 10, and Joe Bonnier has retired from the race. Not entirely sure what happened to him. And here he is coming through Lecombe, and apparently he lost his brakes. He crashed into the railings there, pulled to the side, and well, that's the end of his race as well. We move forward on lap 10 here, the final lap, and Jim Clark is now out of the race as well, and we have a replay of him as well. Smoke coming out of his engine as well, so that's 3 cars retired now due to engine problems, so that's not good. I think the teams should look into what's happening with their cars. And eventually Graham Hill crosses the line to take the win here at the Belgian Grand Prix. Moss is second, Dan Gurney third, and here we have a look at Graham Hill coming around to take the win of the Belgian Grand Prix. So congratulations to him. Unfortunately, Higgs wasn't able to win, but I'm sure he's at least happy that one of his fellow Brits managed to take the win, as we come around to finish the race down in 14th. Not a very good result for Andy, but I was really struggling to get the car up to speed, and here are the race results. Quite a few people managed to finish the race, which is always nice to see. And unfortunately, we are among the last people to have finished here, so not very good. And here are the retirements as well. Not much to say about that. 4 people retired. That's a pretty good result overall, I would say. But anyway, here are the career statistics, and this was Andy's 98th Grand Prix. His best start is from first, has 5 pole positions, has set 15 fastest laps, his best finishes in first, has completed 69 races, 56 of them in the points, has won 34 Grand Prix, 4 at the Indianapolis 500, 6 in Monaco, has 7 championships under his belt, has scored a total of 379 points, has retired 29 times, has experienced 2,236 out of 2,702 laps, has 6 bronze trophies, 9 silver trophies, 34 gold trophies, and as an extension 34 podiums. And here is a quick look at the championship standings. Higgs, Ireland and Graham Hill sharing the lead of the championship at the moment, all on 9 points. Ginther is in 4th, Moss 5th, 6th is Tony Brooks. At the very bottom we have Giancarlo Baghetti, and the last person to score points is Jackie Lewis, who is in 11th. So that's pretty much it for the drivers. Let's go on to the constructors next. And here Ferrari are leading the championship with Owen Racing in 2nd, Team Lotus are 3rd, 4th are Rob Walker Racing Team, Porsche 5th, Écurie Marsbergen are 6th, and the last team to score points are H&L Motors in 8th with 1 point. So that was the Belgian Grand Prix. Not a very good result for Andy, a very good result for Graham Hill, however, and for Owen Racing, but hopefully things will get a little bit better. And I actually realized something during the Dutch Grand Prix and the Belgian Grand Prix today. There's something odd happening. On my car setup screen, it says that I should be able to very easily reach a speed of around 265 kilometers per hour. However, the highest speed I managed to reach both at the Dutch and the Belgian Grand Prix was around 240 kilometers per hour, and that was going downhill. So I'm not quite sure what's happening there, but that's a very big gap. Not only that, but apparently Richie Ginther and Ireland are easily capable of reaching speeds over 280 kilometers per hour, so not quite sure what's happening. However, someone did suggest in the comments that I should lower the AI strength, which is something I might do for the next race, which is the French Grand Prix at Reims, and well, I'll see how things go. Hopefully we'll at least be able to be a teeny tiny bit more competitive. But anyway, that is the end of this video. Not much to add to all of that, really. Yeah, quite a weird little glitch or bug. I'm not quite sure what to call that. But anyway, don't forget to vote for next season's team. Link is in the description. I also have a second channel where I will be playing all sorts of different games. At the moment, I'm doing a playthrough of Diablo 2 and IL-2 Thermovic 1946. So if you're interested in any of those games, there will be a link in the description to my second channel as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, stay sharp.